Okay, we're here at Warwick Castle. We're about to take the car inside the Great Hall. The staff are just doing their morning briefing and we're just going to carry it up some stairs. Seems to be a recurring situation with the Peel P50. Not as many stairs here as Blackpool Tower though. So here we are in the Great Hall of Warwick Castle. We've got Mark here who's going to tell us a little bit about the history of this building.
So the castle itself goes back 953 years. So it's first built by William the Conqueror. This bit's a bit newer though. So this bit was built in 1600s and it suddenly burnt down in fire. So this is actually a Victorian Great Hall. It looks medieval.
It's modern. Here we have King Henry VIII, one of the most famous kings of England. And here was his famous mode of transport, which he was very frustrated by because in later years he couldn't fit in it.
So what we're now entering is the Queen Anne bedroom. So that very bed is where Queen Anne died. The tiny set of furniture there, that's called temple furniture. So before you buy the full set. Now we're entering the green room. So this would have been the gentleman's room. So over there's Oliver Cromwell, who banned Christmas. So he was very happy with this. And that suit of armour was actually in the Civil War. It's got a bullet dent on it. Now entering the cedar drawing room. So this was actually the ballroom of the castle. These chandeliers are actually the very first lights in the castle to get electricity as well. They got our power from the mill down by the river back in 1894. Now we're going to be entering the red room. So this was known as the antechamber. So this was meant to be the most boring room in the castle. This was where you go from the Great Hall, which is the biggest room, into the cedar room. And now we're entering the Great Hall.
I'll tell you what, Mark. Thank you so much for that tour. That was fascinating, and I didn't even have to walk. What do you think, Jaylee?
Lovely.
Where are you taking us, Mark?
I'm going to take you into the top of Guy's Tower.
And I thought Blackpool Tower stairs were hard. Whoa, whoa. Totally worth it though. Whew. So where are we now, Mark?
We're at the top of Guy's Tower at the moment.
And who was Guy?
So Guy was a name of legend. So they said Guy of Warwick was a giant. He was about 9 feet tall. He fought an entire army, a dragon, and a giant cow. So they named the tower after him.
A giant cow?
He was a legend.
Jaylee, what have you found there? A murder hole?
Yeah, I think I'd fit through it.
Yeah, probably.
What were they for?
So if anyone was attacking the castle, you'd have buckets of hot boiling water, sand, or even sewage, and you'd pour that down there to
Sewage?
deter them. Yeah.
That's not going to murder them, that's just going to make them stinky.
Well, if it's hot and boiling.
So this door is locked. We are privileged to come into this room that's not open to the public normally, so it's, what is it? A bedroom?
14th century bedroom.
Beautiful. So why is it closed to the public? Is it because of the uneven floors and things, or?
Yeah, so uneven floors and also the graffiti. We want to protect it. We don't want any new graffiti added onto it. We've got some that goes back centuries. So this would have been the bedroom. So you've got a fireplace.
God, 1882. So what have we got here, Mark?
So this is believed to be Latin that's raised out from the wall. And we think it's something like Mary, Mother of God. So maybe they brought in a bishop to kind of sanctify the tower, the bedrooms for them, to ward off evil spirits.
So what's through this door, Mark?
Through here is an actual 14th century toilet.
Oh, I need to go. Now, that looks like a long way down.
All the way into the moat.
Guys, could you just leave this room? I just need to... Thank you. Some of the routes here at Warwick Castle are a little bit narrow. So Mark, this part of the castle looks a bit more modern, if I dare use that term. Could you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, so the kind of the house here, the state rooms and the domestic apartments, that's all 17th century. So that was all added on much later.
Is that where all the kind of parties were?
Yeah, so at that point you don't need a castle to defend yourself, so this was just a holiday home and a party house.
So here at Warwick Castle, it's all about the knights and the horses and all of the kings and queens. But me being me, I'm interested in the machines, and even at Warwick Castle they have them. So these are old gas engines that used to power the dynamos for generating the electricity. This is much more me, you know. I love all these old dials and valves and everything. Brilliant. Very steampunk, very mad. So you guys might be thinking, he doesn't mean gas engine, he means steam engine, but no, I do mean gas engine. Of course, I'm not opposed to green energy. For example, this turbine is powered by water. Warwick Castle is really worth a visit. It's not just the castle and all the medieval stuff, there's so much more here than just that. They've got peacocks walking around and the beautiful bird displays and the woodlands and all the surrounding areas and everything that comes with it. It's a really lovely place here. It's very peaceful and tranquil as well. It's just gorgeous. So we're going to do some weapons testing with Mark, aren't we? So yeah. I've got a shield. What have you got there, Mark?
I've got a Viking bearded axe.
Right. So are you going to hit me on the face with it? Or?
So if I was to go to your face, what would you do?
What would I do? Probably die.
You'd raise the shield.
Oh, I see.
If I go for the legs,
I'd lower the shield. Yeah, makes sense.
What the Vikings do is hook onto a shield and then put it out of the way.
Oh, I see.
And then you're unarmed.
But what you're unarmed?
Well, there'll be another Viking who would come and attack.
Oh, you need two Vikings.
You need two Vikings to make this work.
And I've got that. Is this a mace?
It is a mace, yes.
So yeah. So if I was to hit you on the head with that,
I wouldn't get up with him.
You would be dead. So this is a
hand and a half.
Hand and half, so not a broadsword.
No, it's a broadsword has a much wider blade.
And this is quite a light sword?
Yeah, swords aren't too heavy. If they were too heavy, you wouldn't be able to swing them around.
Yeah, that's a nice feel to it. Thank you.
Two hands to hold this one. This is what we call Spiky McSpikeface.
Spiky McSpikeface. Not to be confused with Boaty McBoatface.
No, not quite.
So this is like a club mace type thing.
Yeah, so contrary to popular belief, not everyone uses swords because they're very expensive.
Oh, okay.
So, most of the soldiers in the medieval army were the archers.
Yeah.
Trained from 6 years old, but when you run out of arrows and people get too close, you switch to a hand-to-hand weapon.
You've got a club.
And that's nice and cheap.
Absolutely.
Makes it out of wood.
It's nice.
So it does the job.
Okay, Mark, so earlier on I said about, you know, if I hit you on the head with an axe, and could I protect myself from that if I didn't have a shield?
So in terms of protecting yourself, when we first had the castle, we had William the Conqueror and the Normans.
Right.
This is the kind of helmet they'd be wearing.
Looks a little small for me, but let's have it. It's like a riding helmet.
Okay. So there's not really much protection.
Well, this one definitely takes my eye, because that's a full face jobby.
Yeah, so in the next 200 years you get to the 13th century in the Crusades.
Right.
This is called a bucket helmet.
This reminds me of Monty Python in the I guess you get that a lot here, don't you?
Yep.
Tis just a flesh wound.
So there's a lot more protection, but it's not very comfortable. If you imagine yourself riding on a horse, they're going to be rattling around your head.
It's pushing on my nose.
It's called the sallet.
It's called the sallet.
Yeah, so it's a two-part helmet. So you get the sallet on for your head, and you get a feather which goes on your neck and your chin.
Right. It's a bit like an urukai, isn't it?
Yeah, so you've got a visor you can lift.
Yeah.
And actually, that's where saluting comes from.
Oh, is it?
So to lift your visor, you salute.
Well, Mark, it's been an absolutely wonderful day here at Warwick Castle. Thank you so much. It's just been a wonderful experience. So, thank you, thank you.
You have to give that back.
What?
You can't just walk off.
Oh, sorry. I wonder which has more horsepower. This